Well. Welcome back. Here we go. Second stream of the day. Let's go. I am here with the fourth place team, Team Capitalist. Give it up. Introduce yourselves. Let me get your picture up on screen. There we go. You guys can talk now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm the player B of Team Capitalist. June, I played Bermuda Triangle. I played the Riviera deck that got top 4.
I'm the giant panda on the left. I play Dimension Police.
My name is Nick. I'm player C for the team. I played Superior Ride Ezel, Gold Paladin.
Nice. All right. So we'll wait for the chat to start, populating and all that stuff. So how was your weekend? Like, did you guys play V Premium too?
Yes.
We played V Premium. We completely got.
Let's not talk about V Premium.
He went 0-5 day one.
Oh wow, my team did better than yours. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. You guys completely obliterated us first round.
Yeah, but I was not playing my main clan for V Premium because I could not get the change in.
What was it, if you don't mind me asking?
I was going to play Bermuda Melody.
Oh.
But I couldn't get the change, so I had to play Shadows Revenger.
Ooh, all right. I heard that deck was doing pretty well throughout the day, so.
Yeah, Revengers is a very good deck if you could get it off, like the combos off. Like, it's a very good deck.
Like, you think that Shadows would be in kind of a bad place because, Charon, is choice restricted and it's a little tougher. But Revengers have a good resource management, right? Or at least enough to be. We can do things.
You can do things that the choice restrict, like, the choice restrict does not affect Revengers in any way. Like, you don't really care about having Karen, Luard, or the main. You just care about having Revenger name, and that's it.
Gotcha. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll start with we'll look at the deck profiles one by one, and if you guys can remember like your matches, that would be cool. So let's start with the Bermuda Triangle. So this is, let me move some things around real quick. Get your group pictures in the way. There we go. Let's bring that out in front. Oh, moving you guys along too. Give me just a moment. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we've got this Riviera Turbo, pure Turbo. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. So hold on. Before we go into the matches, what was your logic with it? Like, what made you want to play this deck this way versus whatever was relevant?
So, the original Riviera Turbo was a very good deck with like Troyes and like Zarzan, Tempest Spear, and Lobos and whatnot. And after Troyes and all the combos got banned, like people have started to like think that Riviera was dead in premium. Like you couldn't play Riviera, so they had to combine it with like Prismagica, Ballista, and like other types of decks. I decided I'm going to change that. I will make sure that Riviera goes top like just yourself. So that was the whole purpose of this whole deck.
So how long have you been playing Riviera? Because I remember when you and I were talking at the event, you said this deck was like 3 years in the making.
Yeah, so I started playing Riviera like way back when Riviera first started, and I kept upgrading the deck slowly. So like this is a culmination of like 3 years of premium making in the works. And like I've tried multiple deck lists. Multiple.
So you finally found something that worked for you.
Yes.
So like
and,
what? Oh, so go ahead.
Yeah. And this is like the final culmination, except for one card, which is the bottom left.
The bottom left card. Oh, that grade 2.
Yes. That one was the main reason why I could not like turbo at some games.
Pull up the list on. Let me pull up the list on my phone so I can just get a better look. Oh, her, yeah, she came out in the new client collection.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what was the issue with her?
Like, one, I could not draw her, and two, like she was useless until like turn 2, or
Turn
like I would have to just discard a big to get like my plus 10k skill online.
Okay. Okay, so it looks like we got some people in chat. Oh, okay. We got Roxas of Malice. He follows me on Twitter, just filling up the chat. Really nice guy. Bushy just announced that they'll be contacting YouTubers for premium reveals. Oh, cool.
Nice.
Sorry, that's a little off topic.
No worries.
So let's see here. What else do we have about the deck here? So you're running the GBA. I noticed that. Can you tell me a bit? Is that just in case the game runs too long, or?
So like because I turbo out way too fast, like I needed some way to like make sure that I could kill if I don't have the resources from Megiddo. Because my usual game plan is to always go Battleman at first stride and to just try to turbo out as fast as possible.
Let's see
So
here.
the GB8 is basically just the incentive so that way I can make sure I can kill. It's basically just like another version of Megiddo, but much better.
Okay, all right. Let's see here. The only thing I know about Riviere is that I gave it to my friend Chang in California. I spent too much money getting the pieces back in the day. Yeah, Riviere was expensive back then. So I see you're also playing the starter. Is that just because it's the ride chain starter?
The starter choice. Well, yes, it's because it is the right chain starter, but the reason I've run this over the B series starter is because I want to get the search.
You wanted to get the search, and that was more important than getting a quick shield, right?
Yes, because I would be able to search my grade 3 or 2, which was more important.
So I'm getting questions in the chat. Why one of the new grade 2 from the Client Collection? I know you just got done talking about it, but why specifically one of Saria? That's it. Yeah, Saria.
I was originally not supposed to be in the deck.
Oh.
Originally, that was supposed to be the 4th copy of Selena, but I was testing within the deck and I just submitted it and forgot all about it.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, you know. I mean, so like, let's see. Like my brain's all scattered. Like, I'm trying to think of questions and at the same time try to keep it on topic. You know, okay. I've got a question, but I'll ask it later. It's more for all of you guys, not just you. Okay. So what were some changes you would make to this deck in order to make it better? Because I know you said that the Saria wasn't supposed to be there. Were there any like during the day? Were there anything that you were kind of like, you know, I wish I wasn't playing this, or I wish I was playing, you know, X amount of this or that?
Actually, yes. I wish I did not play the Saria, first of all, because that Saria I never saw in the game. But I wish actually I ran more Nikita. At least one more copy.
And she also came in the Client Collection as well, right?
Correct.
Right.
She was the grade 1 triple rare in Client Collection 3 and 4.
Right.
She was really good, especially on guard.
Oh, Nikita. There it is. Okay. I play Coral and sometimes Anj, and people told me, "Oh, you should totally pick that up." So you would replace the Saria for one more Nikita?
No, I would replace Saria for one more Selena.
Selena. Which one is Selena? Oh, okay. I see.
Talent.
Yeah. Maturity talent. Okay. So you played 3.
Yeah, but I did not see any of it at some games. Or I saw it too late. I would actually replace one of the V series of Mermaid Idols with the 3rd copy of Selena.
All right, because I mean, you only need so many pieces to get the rides correct, right? Because like this superior ride, you know, ride chain really fixes itself. I'd argue it's probably one of the better superior rides in the game.
I actually agree with you.
Like don't get me wrong. The Ezel superior ride's great and all, but you know, when you can go from 1 to 3 consistently, almost consistently, without relying on too much, yeah, it's good. It's good.
out of 10 games I've been test playing with this deck, I've been able to superior write it to about 8 or 9 times.
Wow, so 80-90% accuracy. That's nice. So
Yes.
so looking over at the heal triggers, you're going 2-2 on heal guards and the normal heal triggers.
Ah, yes. That is my secret spice because there's a deck out there called NOK Borrow, which uses a card called Hope on Them.
There, hope on damn. So you were
Yeah.
prepared for that matchup. Did you see that matchup at all?
I have not.
Okay, so speaking of your matches, so first round you guys went up against my team, and you bent us over.
Yes. I played against the blaster player on your team.
Right, you played against Mikey, yeah.
Yep. Essentially turned to I just double critted him and he just went from happy to disappointed.
To dead.
Then
He went to dead.
traumatized.
Traumatized and dead.
And then the main carry of the deck came out, which is the Progenitor Dragon of Seas the Ballerina.
So how often were you able to stride into your Progenitor Dragon?
Oh, very often.
And chat, if you also have questions, please feel free to ask.
The whole reason why I run one of the grade 2s a sporty idol Enos is just so I can go Progenitor Dragon first strike.
First stride. And how many games did you close solely by doing that?
I basically won 2 games just by using Ballerina hurt by itself, and then the rest of the times the Ballerina was just there to like mitigate my opponent's hand just so I could kill in my later turn for like Tirua or Megiddo.
Did you go into Megiddo at all?
I have actually not gone into Megiddo, like that was the whole point of the deck, and that was actually what I was going to do with the 2 games I won with Ballerina, but yeah.
So throughout this event, what was like your toughest matchup? Narukami, specifically Sunverse, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Did you
Sunverse
guys
knows
play
the deck.
against the player who was using Dungaree?
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
we have.
Nick.
We played against them in the top 4 matchup.
Oh.
Our player C, Nick, played against it.
All right. Yeah, well, that's I feel bad. That's a bad matchup. All right. So yeah, this was congratulations. Good job. If I think of any more questions for you, I'll come back to it. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's go with the Dimension Police deck. So you and I played first round.
Mhm.
You closed the game out because I didn't have a PG in hand.
Yeah.
And it was just so funny afterwards. It was just...
Yeah, it's just Geomaglass is just that threatening. Like, it's one of the best strides I think in Vanguard.
Oh yeah, definitely. Considering like its skill is stackable,
Mhm.
which is so cool. I really wanted to get Geomaglass when it came out, but like I didn't think about it. And then I went to go play in Texas just on vacation, and someone was playing it, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I look it up. I'm like, oh no, it's expensive. So going over the deck list, the first thing that threw me off, and I didn't even see it at all, was the Aurora Battle Princess card.
Yeah, Taser Lage. Yeah. So Matt Eblar put me on that. I was like, hey Matt, what's the spice for DP? What's the counters? And he sent me his deck list. I saw Taser Lage. I was like, what does this do? Rest one of your opponent's rear guards when called from anywhere besides the hand. So yeah. So when I thought about that, I was like, this stops whole combos for Night Rose and Nightmare Doll. So my position with the team was position A. So I'm supposed to fight against every best player they have. So I thought it's like, oh, Nightmare Dolls and Night Rose then. So I'm going to be the full counter for them. And Dimension Police is just default good matchup against most things.
All right. Fuzzy Paradox. Hi, how you doing? He says, they say in the chat, hello guys, congratulations on your tops. Fuzzy Paradox made the graphics, like the pie charts, that have been going around on Twitter and probably Facebook. So thank you very much Fuzzy, thank you very much. I'll make sure to report directly to you next time I do report. I reported to Derek Dow, and I guess he reported to you. So I mean, there's no issue, but just next time I'll make sure to be more accurate. Woo! There's a follow. Nice. Okay. So you're playing. Let's see here. What else? What else? Eternity Chaser.
Oh, Eternity Chaser is one of the new clan selection cards. It's just there was okay. So for the grade 1 lineups for Dimension Police, there's really nothing else that beats Eternity Chaser. Like Eternity Chaser acts as the best grade 3 searcher in the game. When wrote upon, reveal a grade 3 card from your hand and add a different grade 3 card from your deck, and then discard a card. And I honestly, after this tournament, I want to bump Eternity Chaser to 4 and drop Die Prop to 3.
Oh.
Because it's consistency reasons. I had to ride into Die Kaiser today once, and ride into Die Zors today once. And I was like, if I had Eternity Chaser in my hand, I would be at Dyneliner right now.
Right. Let's see.
And also Eternity Chaser enables the defensive option. It's just essentially a PG for rear guards 25k and under. So that also helped a lot.
Nice. Oh wow, another follow. Thank you. So let's see here. 3 Die. Why 3 Die Kaiser?
So 3. Okay, so Die Kaiser is basically A, you can use it as your Vanguard just in case you can't find Dyneliner, and B, its front row rear guard effect allows you to ping 1 damage instantly if they put only 1 sentinel down into the guard circle. Because when you drive check, you reveal a grade 3, counterblast 1, deal 1 damage. It can seal away games, but it also enables you, like, if I'm on Geomagos turn and I use that, it puts me at lethal range for the next stride.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Honestly, I want to bump that down to 2 though.
I see 2 Die Arms. When you asked me how many cards I had in my hand, I'm like, Die Arms. It's Die Arms. Die Arms.
Die Arms. Yeah, honestly, Die Arm is just, it's because of the meta. Everybody's like really large hands, like 9+ card hands. So I was like, might as well get the free bonus just for playing this.
That makes sense. Let's see, was there anything so what was like your toughest matchup during this event?
Narukami for sure. I think all of our toughest matchup is Narukami because we all play different Narukami decks, and it's just Narukami is just a really good deck. It takes cards out of your hand while pushing a lot of resource for themselves and pushing a lot of damage.
So you mean like solely Stunverse, right?
No, it was Vanquisher did work. Their full Brontos did work. Yeah, it's they only used Stunverse on me once, and it was the full Brontos and that just got me. It's just the restanding Vanguard and just their rear guards have really big numbers. The Stunverse rarely affected me because of large hand size, and all my grade 3s are 20k shields, so I have to guard with less cards in hand than the normal player.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Did you ever resolve the stand shader effect?
Actually standing it?
No. I mean like
always you can resolve it.
You always resolved it. Okay.
Yes, on second stride you always resolve it.
Let's see. That you have the GBA. You're not playing Stark or the Progenitor Dragon.
So for Progenitor Dragon, you don't really need it. And also Stark, it's nice if you have a Dizorus in hand, which you most likely will. So Stark A, I accidentally sold it. So I was I was like, I'm not going to buy that back for $50. And
True.
B, it's because if I'm running Final Die Max DX, I can refill board for no counterblast. It's basically for when I don't have counterblast.
Right. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
So yeah, and the Progenitor Dragon, it's cool that you drop everything to 0, but these guys make bigger numbers that there's no point to dropping to 0.
All right, that makes sense. That's totally understandable. Like, let's see. So you got the Geomaglass at 4, which again carried. Did it carry the deck? It carried the deck. Okay.
Yeah, Geomaglass is essentially the hyper carry. When you can stack the effects, like my heal guardians just become 45k shields. That's just an over trigger.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Over trigger defense.
That's really good.
Yes.
That's really good. So let's see. We asked about your toughest matchup. So okay. So so aside from changing Eternity Chaser to 4, what are some other changes that you'd want to make to the deck? Now, looking back now.
I would change my final Dimax DX honestly into a Stark at this point, because I realize I have 2 strides that are for when I get CB starved, and I rarely get CB starved. So I would probably pick up a Stark, and also drop Die Kaiser to 2 and Die Arm to 3, because I had more situations where there was too many cards in hand and I just needed to punish them for that. And Die Kaiser's ping, like, you don't countercharge you already end up using 2 counterblasts to kill your opponent, and also 1 counterblast to threaten with Geo Maglass. And Oceanics is sometimes hard to get off that countercharge, so you don't have really countercharging for the deck while you're eating up a lot of counterblast.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I asked all the questions I need to ask for you. You did great. Like,
Yes.
like, good job. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure Different Fight would be pretty proud of this list.
I
Like,
think he would be proud.
yeah. All right. So last but not least, let's talk about the Gold Paladin list. All right.
All right.
Here we go. We got the Gold Pal list. Let's see. Let's get that picture. Let's extend it just a little bit. So, as a fellow Gold Paladin main, how does it feel to use both Superior Right engines?
So honestly, before the event even started, my teammates can hold me accountable for this. It was really hard for me to figure out what I wanted to play at first. But Ezel holds a really good place in my heart. First SP I opened in Breaker of Limits, so it's just a very nostalgic for me.
Gotcha.
For the Superior Ride lines for both of them, I just thought, like, if I could get this off, I'm 90% guaranteed to win the matchup. So for both ride lines, I just wanted it to be as consistent as possible, because at the event I would see Grand Ezel Scissors players, and they would just, for example, your deck, you ran just the OL and Wonder Ezel ride line. I would love to have 2, just so, just if I see Bowmains and Ezel in my hand, I just need to see 1 grade 3 ride target, and then with Wonder Ezel Hoel, I just need to see those 2 and another grade 1 ride target. And I can use Bowmains on Rearguard Circle as well in correlation with Aglavale. So if I need to search top 3 with Aglavale and see a Bowmains, have an Ezel in hand, I can always Superior Ride it like that as well. So I just built this around consistency at the end of the day.
That makes sense. So no Platina.
No Platina. I chose Ravenhair over Platina just for the fact if I do get the Superior Ride off of Ezel, and I'm able to CB to Superior Ride into Ravenhair, I keep my Twin Drive, and at the end of the day I get 2 XLs and I get 2 cards in hand. So just the extra pressure, and I get that extra drive check and XL circle for 1 counterblast. That's what happens in my head. That's what I had in my head.
No, that's completely understand. We got Percival at 4. Perfect. 3 Aglavale. Not bad. Additional Angel. So I know that card has been used quite a bit in not just the mid-range build, but the more aggro build. How do you feel about it?
So I actually got this idea by watching Vankle 40's Gotta Go Fast Turbo Ezel build. He explained it very, very well. When this is card fight Vanguard, and we fill out as much of the conditions as possible. So, for example, if I'm at 1 damage and that damage is in a face-up grade 3, I can use Additional Angel just to ping myself for 1, so I can use the Unite skill for Spear X, which is pretty much my first stride target. So it is very aggressive, and Additional Angel was also able to help me pick out some grade 3s just to fill up my board, such as Percival, Superior Call to Rearguard, and then get an XL and an Aglavale.
Right.
After playing Additional Angel. And if I do use Spear X and I see an Additional Angel, and I just double check my damage zone just to make sure I have just to see if I have a grade 3 that's just better than the top 5 that I drew out. So it actually helped when it came to just building my board and just excelling the superior stride early game. So it was nice.
Right.
Good card.
Let's see. So you're also playing the one catch goal. I had noticed it after the event. Like I came home, I looked at it, and I'm like, that's a catch goal. Is that solely for the ultimate turn?
Yeah, that is solely for the ultimate turn. Unfortunately, I was only able to ultimate stride twice throughout the whole premium event. And when that did happen, catch goal was either in my hand or in discard. So I always had to top two crits. So I was never able to get catch goal off. I should have had it to 2, but I do like having the better crit.
I completely understand. I get it. And plus you have like Glorious Raining Dragon too, to be able to at least call it, return it, and do stuff. Let's see what else. Did you So what were so what was your toughest matchup? I mean aside from Narukami, because that's just a death trap.
Actually, my only game against Narukami wasn't terrible. It actually came down to my Ravenhair turn after I ultimate stride and he lived with literally 1 card in hand. I was able to survive the what's the word?
Voltage?
No, yeah, voltage. And then I was just I had Ravenhair and just a couple cards left in hand. I did the counter, the CB1 for the Sentinel Restrict plus 15 extra crit, and all I was gambling on was just a crit trigger, and I ended up getting draw trigger, drew into the crit, and then a blank. So that pretty much ended on that Ravenhair turn.
Okay.
So I was able to survive after the ultimate stride. So, but my hardest matchup would definitely have to be Pale Moon, just for the sole fact that they just turbo way faster and it's way more consistent. We're talking about like if they go turn 2, they have like, if I give them CB, I'm talking like 6, 7, up to 9 attacks. If they manage their soul correctly. So I would say that Pale Moon would be my toughest matchup throughout the whole event.
Okay. So for a question for each of you, what was like your there's a question here for your overall record. So as a team, what was your overall record, and then like individually, what was your record?
In Swiss for its 4 and 2.
So in the team we went 5-4. In Swiss we went 4-2, and then we went 1-2 in top 8, top 4, third place qualifier. But personal records wise, mine was 5-4.
Okay, yours was 5-4.
Mine was also 5-4.
5-4.
Let me see. I have everything up in notes. So before top 8 cut, I went 3-3. After that, it was, I believe, how many games in total did we play as individuals?
9.
9.
Oh,
so
no, yeah, 9 in total for the whole
9
day.
in total.
Okay, so 1.
So there was
I went 4
there
and
was
5
the
at the end of
6
the day,
rounds of Swiss, and then there was the top cut. So there was the 1 game for that, and then there's the top 4. Correct? So 8 games in
Correct.
total?
Wait, 1, 2, 3,
So
4, 5, 6.
top 8.
I have 9, I think.
Top 8 to top 4, then third place qualifier. So 8.
Oh yeah, there was a
4.
that's right. There was a third place 12. My bad. I didn't realize that. So there was a third place match. Okay. So 9. Yeah. Okay. So 9 in total.
Yeah.
So it was 5-4 overall.
5-4 for the team overall.
5-4 for the team overall. Okay. All right. Not bad. Hey, chat. Can you hear them? I should have asked this far earlier. And I'm just like okay. So like once this is done, it's gonna go immediately to YouTube and everything will be fine. But I'm always paranoid when I stream and I have people on. I'm like, wait, did I make sure I did the audio correctly? You heard someone talk. Okay, so I'm gonna be quiet and you guys say something real quick.
Hi.
Ooh.
Yo, I guess.
Can you hear that?
Yes, a bit soft, but it seems fine by Pussy Paradox.
Yeah. Okay, you guys can hear. Okay, cool. All right, it's soft. I'll turn it up a little bit, but I can't guarantee like quality. Okay, so we're good. Okay, we're good. So I remember like the first time I had people on stream, the stream chat couldn't hear anybody.
Damn.
It was just me. And so going up to YouTube, everything was fine. So at least there's the fallback. Okay, so let's see. So you're running 6 G guards.
Yes.
So
yes.
what's the reason behind that?
To be completely honest with you, nothing. I just wanted to fill out the G zone. Nothing too crazy. I did get some feedback after the event to actually replace the rack tome for the Cray Elemental. I think it's Colburn. I think for the
Colburn.
I think it's what +5 for every 2 cards in hand, I believe.
Right. Yeah. It's something like that.
Right now, I just wanted to use any G guard I had on hand, and Ractum was the only card that I had in collection. This is just when placed, pretty much air mobility, discard draw.
So no Agnos either. Is it because you don't have Agnos, or you decided just not to use it?
I did not have Agnos. I actually received it 2 days after. Oh no, the day after the event. So I do have Agnos now. Okay. I will update you guys on the changes that I made after the event. I did decide to get rid of Ultima to get Agnos in, and then I did take out the catch goal for the OT.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, I'm gonna playtest that, see how that goes, because if I do draw the OT during either the Ezel Superior Ride turn or the Superior Stride turn, it can definitely pretty much steal the game at that point if I have a decent board to drive check off of OT. So I can definitely keep you updated with that.
Yeah, no worries about that. Okay, so I guess this leads into hey, do you have any chance you have an example of a Grand Blue G Zone? I have no clue. I just know the Bad Bounty, Big Obadiah, and Ballon Arena and Megiddo. And some G guards. That's all I know. I don't have an example of a Grand Blue deck. But I bet there's I'm pretty sure there was a Grand Blue deck that it didn't top. No, it didn't top. But there was.
I know.
There's 3 that 2 or 3 that top today.
There's 2.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there was 2. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. So all the expenses are probably. Sorry to break your heart, dude. Okay, so you took Ultima out for Agnos. You took Ketchel out for the Overtrigger. What other changes would you make now in hindsight? What would you change about the deck?
Nothing really. Before the event, when I decided to go Ezel, I had no. I didn't have. I wasn't very. Okay, I didn't really go towards, just this deck in general. I was looking at the Grand Ezel line. I was looking at running Grand Ezel. It was either the Bowmain's Superior Ride or the Wonder Ezel Superior Ride, and I just wanted consistency overall. So main deck, I wouldn't change anything besides adding the OT just to get a feel for it, because I'm very new to all the only 2 D cards I would be running in the deck would be the additional Angel and the OT, and I don't have a lot of experience with the new Overdress cards, so I will be just filtering in and out cards and see how it feels when it just comes to consistency. I just wanted to make Ezel Superior Ride as consistent as possible in the deck. That was the overall goal.
That makes sense. That's good. Let's see. Let's see. What other questions? So you didn't resolve Ultima too much, right?
Just twice throughout the event.
Just
one
twice.
Against Luard and one against Dungaree.
Nice. Okay, so let's see. Let's put these away real quick. So overall, like, how do you guys feel about premium format as a whole? How do you guys feel about it?
It's very diverse. I like if they go back to singles, which the pie chart's going to look really different. It's going to be more Night Rose, Hammer Doll. But overall, I feel like they should do something with Nightmare Doll, just a little bit changes there. Everything else can honestly stay the same. I feel like every other deck has a shot at winning.
Okay.
Mhm.
Quick
Yeah.
question from Fuzzy Paradox. Were there any particular matches that you guys were scared of?
Narukami.
We could do this. We could do this from like.
Narukami.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could
It's
definitely.
all
do
just
this.
Narukami. It's just, I don't know
It
why.
was just Pale Moon for me, honestly. That,
No,
that was
actually-
my only.
Actually, Narukami and Regalia.
And Regalia.
Yggdrasil turns are very scary for Bermuda, especially with Superior, right? Because I lose my hand a lot. Like, I have to go down in hand size just to Superior, right?
Gotcha. Okay, all right. So, what is the format you guys more prefer playing? I mean,
Premium.
You premium. Okay, do you guys have a locals you want to shout out real quick just to be like, hey, we play premium over here?
So the shop I usually go to, is in Redondo Beach in California. It's called Collector Legion. There's like 3 of the top teams, and like 1 in Wise, 1 is the champion team from Standard, and like me from our team. We go to Collector Legion just to play. There's like a decent community there.
All right. So,
Will go ahead. I can.
no,
do you have a local
go ahead.
William,
What? Huh? I
do
thought
you
it
have
was
a
talking to
locals
you.
you want to shock out?
Oh no, I'm just a free agent at this point.
Um,
Agents.
I do have a
fine.
locals I would love to shout out. It's a very small community. Fun fact, I did fly out from Michigan to attend the event. It's called Collectible Investments. It's here in Oak Park, Michigan. We specialize in Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering products. And Vanguard's just one of those like 5-10 people show up for locals here and then, but we do all formats from premium all the way to D. Well, D all the way to premium. So it'd be nice to see more people come out.
Sure. I'm gonna interrupt this interview real quick because I guess we just got some premium collection
Strides,
reveals.
yeah.
Shadow
So
Paladin
the Shadow
Strike.
Paladin got revealed. So it says Stride, act on Vanguard once per turn, cost retire 2 of your rear guards. Your opponent chooses 3 of their rear guards and retires them. If they did not retire 3 until the end of the turn, this unit gets auto Vanguard once per turn. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. Cost counterblast 1, retire 2 of your rear guards, stand this unit, and gets plus 10k power.
The other one is a Narukami Strike.
Oh, we got Naru's? Okay, so let's see. Stride, auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, cost counterblast or Soul Blast 1. Draw a card for each of your opponent's open rear front row rear guard. Act Vanguard once per turn, cost counterblast 1. All of your front row units get plus 10k till the end of turn for each of your opponent's open front row. Damn.
That's way
That
too
Naru-
strong.
That Narukami
strong.
Strike.
We
is
have
really
a stride.
good.
We have a G card. We have a G card. When this card is placed on Guardian Circle, choose up to 5 grade 1 cards in your drop, put them to the bottom of your deck in any order, and this gets shield plus 5k until the end of the turn for each card put. If you put 5 cards, cost counterblast 1, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until the end of that battle. Holy
Luard's gonna have a good time with this
Luard's
one.
gonna have a good
I
time.
guess the Shadow Paladin Stride it doesn't lose drive check.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And
The
Narukami
second
G-Guard.
stride. That was a Narukami G guard, or was that a Narukami?
That was a Narukami Stride.
No, there's
Team
another
Legacy
comic
New
card.
York, Evan. What was it? Which one didn't lose drive check? I'm pretty sure it's the Shadow one because it restood.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's that.
Uh,
And then the Narukami
Narukami.
G Guard. Auto, when this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, your opponent chooses up to 2 of their rear guards and binds them. If they did not bind 2 units, this gets plus 10k until the end of the battle. And if they bound 1 card, it get plus 10k shield.
Well, it's your sign. Gauntlet Buster time.
Okay,
this
so-
is
Gauntlet
very
Buster
strong.
time.
Okay, Nick, remember the voltages we just bought?
Yeah.
They're worthless now.
Oh,
Perfect.
Because that new stride just basically made voltage just useless. Because it does its job better.
True. Very true.
oh wow.
I will just say my piece of the new
So that
Shadow Paladin Stride
It will
is
look shiny in my
actually
binder.
extremely good.
yeah, okay. So it's
Retired,
the Shadow Paladin one that doesn't lose drive check.
yes, retired 2 to have your opponent nuke 3 on your board. Like that is like really good. Unless you are me and run Freya, smile.
Hot damn. Hot damn.
But
Okay.
if if because of Freya, like they would be able to get the free restand, the counterblast 1 restand effect. So that actually is a minus to me. Because that's 2 Vanguard attacks.
Right.
6 drive checks in order to hit the over trigger, they don't run Ultima.
That makes sense.
And then the Narukami Stride, that's actually very powerful. Essentially, probably your good like second strike now at this point because you're gonna be soul blasting to draw like 5-6 cards or something if they're playing Axel, or like 2 cards if you're playing against Force or Protect. But then also like the counterblast 1 to get like plus 20 to maybe like 50k power, between 20 to 50k power just for open front row.
And this easily
That's
just makes
good.
voltage absolute.
You mean obsolete?
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, I'm tired right now.
No, I completely understand. Oh man. All right. Back to our regularly scheduled interview.
God.
Jeez.
Okay, so so what do you guys like about okay, so like obviously you guys like premium.
Mm-hmm.
What
Fuck Nick.
there's some hesitation there. Okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that hesitation in just a moment. But what is something about premium you like, and what's maybe something that you would want to see changed in premium?
For me, like premium, like I have to think more. The other 2 formats are I just play brain dead all the time, literally.
Okay.
So if I was to change something about premium, actually ban lists. Like there are cards that there are decks that are still like very good, like when like because Bushi didn't hit them like in this recent ban list of April. We did not get any premium hits, which was like kind of bad at the same time as like interesting, because like Nightmare Dodge was still Dread, Grand Blue was still like really powerful. So like something with the ban list, please, Bushi.
Maybe I think the like I agree with you, but I think the main reason they didn't do anything was because they knew that physical events would happen again, and I think they're trying to wait until June, or at least sometime after all the team leads are done, like sometime in July or so, to be like, hey, here's the new restriction list going into effect in July. You know, now that we've got physical event data to go off of too. I mean, that's my thought about it. What about the rest of you guys? What's one thing what's something about premium you really like, and what's something that you can change about it, if you could?
Nick, do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. For me, for premium, I really like what premium is right now. It's very diverse. Decks do feel strong. My favorite part about premium is just you have such a big card pool to access from compared to the other 2 formats, and you can get really creative. Like I played Yu-Gi-Oh before, and just digging through the old card pool to make something wacky that works really well is very nice. That's why I play premium over the other 2 formats.
Okay, so you got the same logic about it as I do, because I used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player back in the day too. I quit just before Dragon Ruler format. And you know, I kept up with it, like oh, what's this? Oh, okay. But you know, it just I think that like every card that has come out from the very first set up till now has some sort of use.
Yeah.
And it takes like a very creative mind to put old and new together.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's something that you would change?
I would say game mechanics. So for these for me, I'm a DP player. This is going to be a little biased. So against Aquaforce Thavas and also Nightmare Dolls, the stride deny that they can do, because they can go back down to grade 2. So the current mechanic is, if your opponent and you are grade 3, whoever's turn it is, you can stride.
Right.
And if you are already at grade 3 for a turn, you can stride.
Right.
But sometimes when you roll second, you're just like beyond fucked. When I play against Nightmare Dolls, I roll second and I can't stride. I'm beyond fucked right there. Because A, I need my Geo Maglass to be up. And B, they already, for some reason, they already superior ride, they already twin drive, and they can just punish me for not pushing back, even though they already pushed back a lot. So I feel like they should change the game mechanic where if your opponent was already at grade 3, you should be able to stride as soon as you hit grade 3.
Okay.
And also a rata for overtrigger power to drop it down to 50k instead of 100 million.
So okay. I agree. How would you feel about like something like if you've gone to grade 3 already, you can't go down to grade 2?
I feel like that would mess with some game logic, because if you accidentally Soul Blast for Thavis, I think that would technically clash with game logic or be an automatic game loss just because you Soul Blasted.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yes.
And then so, interesting you bring up the overtrigger power. A couple months back, I actually did a poll where it was there was some drama. Solemn Vanguard put up some drama or started some drama about like the overtriggers and how they need to be banned or whatever. So I asked them like, hey, what do you guys think? You know, should they be banned in premium? Should they be banned altogether? Keep it in standard, you know, or you know, debuff it? And a majority of the players want it just simply banned from premium.
Yeah, it's understandable because overtrigger 100 million power, you essentially need 2 PGs, because if you have a standing rearguard and a standing vanguard, you essentially need 2 PGs to block that, and not everybody has 2 PGs in their hand.
Right.
And also the absurd effect that they give off is kind of broken.
So if you know, if they couldn't debuff it, because you know, if they debuff it for one, they would have to debuff it in standard. But how would you feel about like if they generally banned overtriggers from premium, but gave us watered down versions? But maybe like give them with like extra, like, you know, some sort of like, oh hey, if it's drove check, do this. If it's damage check, do that. What do you think about that?
That would be interesting, but I wouldn't want to see that as a watered down overtrigger. I feel like I like overtrigger as a mechanic, but what they did made it just way too powerful. So when I think like I feel comfortable that I have 5 heal triggers essentially in my deck, and essentially another draw trigger, because it does swing the match a little, but this swings the match way too much. But if they were dropped it down to 50k for both formats, think about it.
Yeah, no, that's
easy enough to guard.
That's what I meant by watered down, was reduce the power to that much.
Yeah,
it's still a high threshold of power, but it's something that can be broken.
Yes.
Okay.
But since why I say it's 50k, because you know the overtrigger power is essentially the defensive power is 50k.
Yeah.
If your opponent drew overtrigger for turn and you drive check it, it's like it feels kind of even.
Yeah. I absolutely.
Yeah.
So okay. So from the chat, we got one comment saying premium is a bit of a learning curve, but I fell in love with the diversity and creativity. Do you guys agree with that?
Premiums okay, depends on what deck you play. I play Dimension Police, so I really don't have to think. All I know is like I just got to do my stuff, and then they have to adapt around it. But if you play another deck, like say Nick that played Ezel, he has to learn all his matchups. Like I literally told him the day before, hey, you should watch some Nightmare Doll gameplay. You're gonna play against that most likely. He's like, nah, I'm good. We played like 2 to 3 Nightmare Dolls that day, and after that, when we sat down for Hot Pot, our friend Pinky was literally telling me, like, hey, this is what you should do against Nightmare Doll. This is what you can do. You could have won that matchup.
Oh.
Which shout out to Evie or Daniel in the Carpet Vanguard community for like helping me test my Riviera for all these like months, years, because he was actually the one that helped me get this deck list, how it was, my Bermuda deck list.
That's nice. Yeah, good guy. Let's see here. Shout out to Team Capitalist. Yeah. So okay, so why the name Capitalist? Is it just a jab at current events?
No, so it's actually because I have a store. When I came into the Vanguard server, I was already a TCG player seller selling cards. So my name was Card Capitalist. I didn't even make that name because of Vanguard.
Oh.
Like I was, everybody's like, you ripped off Card Capital. No, I didn't. I wasn't even playing Vanguard at the time. So I was like, I don't want to play under Team Overtrigger because I despise the Overtrigger. So I was like,
Gotcha.
Capitalist? Use my store name?
There, all right, there you go. So plug in
Yeah.
your store. Okay, I didn't know that. I'll have to keep an eye out for some listings.
I'm verified, so trust me, I'm good. I'm decent.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. Audience, do you have any questions for our amazing fourth place team? Okay, so when you look at the top four, hold on. Do I still have a picture of the top four? Let me. I'm gonna add that here real quick. Give me just one moment. But I want to talk about like the difference between like your guys' team versus the rest of the teams. Give me just a moment, because this is something that I'm like, that's fascinating.
One is the loneliest number. We literally, after like when I took a look at Top Cut, I was like, wow, we're just team one of a kind, except
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah, you could say our team was very, very unique. This is like these are
These
at
are
least,
anything unexpected.
like decks and archetypes that you like won't really see at an event like this, or at least getting the top 8 or top 4. As you can see, Nightmare Dolls and
Ghosty.
Ghosty Night Rose,
like-
Minerva's there.
Hungary.
Order Mega Colony is up there, and I brain farted because I'll admit I didn't do my due diligence when it came to researching premium decks, because I thought, it's the first event back, wing it, well, it is what it is. But I think it was like my fourth round, I went up against, or third round, somewhere around there. I went up against an Order Mega Colony deck, and I had no idea how to play against it. And I was telling you guys this earlier in the chat.
Yeah.
And I'm just like that Ralph Wiggum meme. It's like, I am in danger. Because I'm fanboying over how unique the deck is. Because it mixes overdressed cards.
A lot of it
with older Order cards, like the book Order. And Guilty Gradora being a stride that just completely locks people out. But it's like, wow, this is so cool. I am in danger.
Yeah, the first time I played against it, I was literally stunned, and I accidentally threw away my re-ride. So I actually did play against the first place player in round 2. And I had like 2 other Dylanders in hand. I just didn't hit a trigger. My deck was at 25 cards left, and I had 12 triggers in deck. Yeah.
I want to circle back to my hesitation in premium.
Yeah.
I love the format overall. Just like big card pool. I have a lot of options, and I have a lot of playtesting. But when it comes to matchups, these other clans and these other archetypes have that same card pool, and you just have to invest a lot of time and energy to figure out your best play style for each deck. With a event like this where your team all has to have unique clans for at least the lineup, it was just a lot for me to process.
Right.
So when Will was like, oh, look at this game, like I literally have no time, because I have a lot of stuff outside of the card game. But other than that, if I did want to take this more seriously, I would invest greater time into looking at deck logs, reviews, gameplays, stuff like that, just so I can further enhance my skills as a player, not just playing a good clan.
Right. So do you feel like premium is kind of more of a format where you want to specialize in a particular build, or what would be your thought process on that? Is it always better to play a deck you specialize in, or do you want to play something that is really meta relevant? Or is it some muddy mix of both?
It would be a muddy mix of both. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an expert at my deck. I knew there were some interactions that I wasn't aware of or didn't even think about with the current deck list until people told me months prior. So I would say have a deck you're comfortable with, and then just branch out from there, whether it's staying in the same clan or just going after something that's very attainable and just grow from there. So right now I'm very comfortable with golds when it comes to Ezel, Gurgit, Spectral Duke, but I want to branch off to, let's say, Tachikaze or
Right.
Narukami very slowly and see which fits my playstyle more and which I can excel at better as a player.
Huh. Excel plans.
Excel.
Excel.
This man's just vroom vroom. I go fast.
Vroom, vroom,
He likes
brr.
cars also. He
Excel
loves
clan go
cars.
burr.
Mhm.
Oh man. But
So-
like you look at this top four, like, and I'm talking to the audience. Like you look at the top four, and you see like there's a lot of patterns here. I'd argue that the second place team is just as uniquely diverse, but it's like even still,
It's more
like
expected.
it's more expected. Like okay, you figure the Ezel deck is like good. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not trying to downplay it or anything. Like I know it's good. But it's like if we look at Bro, that happened over end of last year, you know, Ezel was nowhere to be seen. So it's like, okay, it's a sleeper deck, or it's good. It just didn't have the representation. Now it's like, hey, here it is. And then like with the Revier deck, it's like, yo, this deck is good. You gotta just fine tune it. You gotta put your heart and passion into it, and
Put the blood, sweat, and the tears into it.
blood, sweat, tears, maybe a few other things. Credit card
Monetary
information.
Oh God, dude, you're not wrong about that. I'm about to spend like $3,000 on my DP deck. I'm literally bumping everything up to max.
Dude, nice.
Speaking of value and just stuff like that, so exactly October 21st of last year is when I joined the Vanguard server where I met Will and June, and literally 2 days just talking to them and telling them how I played G for the longest time. They introduced me to all three formats. I started with D and then just shot straight up to premium, and I would love to say I, like, in less than a year, I've probably spent over $3,500 on the game already.
Yes. Oh, we gotta talk about that morning we spent together.
Yeah.
In this, okay, out of that $3,500, we definitely spent $500 in literally one night. So when
Mhm.
TCG bonus bucks happened, 15%, we were both building our premium decks, and we were just 6 a.m. just ready to check out. And I think that's what locked Nick into playing like Vanguard because of that investment. Because I kept on edging him on. I was like, dude,
Yeah,
15%
just-
cash back.
It's not even like playing the game. So like, again, in Michigan, we don't really have a great Vanguard population or community here. Just a handful of people from multiple cities. So like, let's say out of like the 5 neighboring cities, I want to say there are about like 15, 20 people that band together in the middle of the state just to play the game. So when my friend linked me the server, shout out to Josh, I just like, oh, you can play card fight remotely with a webcam.
Thank you,
So
Josh.
I just hopped in, and I had I think I had
You got a bash.
oh, was it Genesis at the time? The
Oh, yeah.
Astro Poets?
Uranus.
Yep. And I got my ass whooped, and I just was like, I guess I try other formats? Question mark.
That's an idea.
And that's where I am now. Just still trying to figure out where I wanna go.
Where you want to branch into and explore other areas. I gotcha. Roxas, go ahead and tag me on Twitter about that, because I wanna see. Apparently, we have some more breaking news.
Oh, this is a very eventful stream, huh?
Well, apparently, I guess Bushy announced the 6 upcoming days where English Vanguard YouTubers will be revealing some new strides. Kind of like what they did last year. No, the year before.
No,
Year
yeah,
before.
year before.
Year before. So let's see here. Okay, so we've got. So
I'm to be completely honest, I'm pretty sure Different Fight will be covering the Dimension Police one.
If he's not, I'm just gonna be very sad.
1000%. Okay, so yeah, so Different Fights covering one tomorrow, Commander Jaime on the 8th, Vanguard Insider on the 11th, TIE Fighter on the 13th, Outer Orange on the 15th, and Kai from WCC on the 18th.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm
there's no
gonna
different fight?
be. The
The-
different fights
Oh
tomorrow.
wait, no, wait, hold on. Sorry, different fights tomorrow. Wait, I didn't hear that.
Oh, okay,
Alright.
yeah. So again, different fight tomorrow. Commander Jaime on the 8th, Vanguard Insider on the 11th, TIE Fighter on the 13th, Outer Orange on the 15th, and Kai from WCC on the 18th.
So I'm gonna make my bold prediction that tomorrow's gonna be Dimension Police.
I'm gonna be a very happy panda tomorrow.
Vanguard Insider will be covering probably Gear Chronicle.
Okay, so
Commander-
if we had to just take an educated guess,
Yeah, that's
yo,
what
thanks
I'm
for the follow. So Dimension Police, Aqua Force, Gear Chronicle, Nova
Link
Grappler
Joker. No, I'm gonna say Link Joker.
for TIE
TIE
Fighter,
Fighter.
Link Joker.
His TIE Fighter's probably gonna be Link Joker.
Oh,
That's quite
okay.
good.
I'm not sure what Orange is gonna reveal. I'm not sure.
I guess it's our wild card.
Yeah, that's a wild
Wild
card.
card.
And Kai will probably reveal maybe Kagero or something, or Link Joker. One of the two. One of the two.
Solomon was too sleepy to answer the email.
Probably. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to see what they announce and what they do and stuff. Yo, more follows. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see. So when did you guys like start playing Vanguard? I think that's a question I should have asked it probably in the beginning, but better late than never, right?
I think I played the longest out of the
You definitely did.
Yeah, since I started with the original Royal Paladins trial deck.
The OG. All right, nice.
Yeah.
I need a
Trial
camera
deck
for this.
trial deck 01 Blaster Blade.
Yeah. That's where I started too.
Ezel Senpai, take a look at the Discord.
Oh, give me just one quick second. You mean the chat
camera.
that we're in, or the
No,
actual?
the camera. Yeah, the VC, the voice call we're in.
Oh, okay. Where specifically do you want me to look?
My camera.
Oh, you have a camera on.
Yes.
Let's see. So we're in the Vanguard chat, your guys' server.
Oh, the,
No, the group chat.
the direct
Oh,
message.
in the group chat. Okay. I'm on the computer, so let me just. It's not gonna show. Oh, there it is.
The
Yo.
original Blaster Blade trial deck, still sealed.
I remember that.
Nice.
Perfect.
You know what? I actually hold on. I actually have the original Gold Paladin one still sealed as well. Give me just a moment to find that real quick.
I still have
so
my
good.
Garmor from my childhood, just
Yeah.
sitting there, beat up.
Oh, poor Dormor. Give me just one moment to find it real quick. So how about this? I'll ask you guys a question. So tell the audience what your favorite clans are.
Bermuda Triangle.
Dimension Police.
Um, as of now, Gold Paladin, yeah.
I was about to say any
like-
Excel deck at this point.
Yeah, I guess so.
God.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Seiya's at least when it comes to playing the game, probably when it comes to experience, the most experienced. And then I started around late 2012, so right when the Thunderbreak Dragon came out.
For me, I picked up Vanguard. My first deck was the Blaster Blade trial deck. I was in elementary school and I just picked it up. I played for a
Elementary
year.
school.
Then elementary school. Literally, yeah, I'm 19, so I'm
God,
young
I
as hell.
feel
Even though I look
old.
old.
Holy
Yeah, I look
shit.
old. I'm built like an NFL linebacker right now. But yeah, I stopped playing out because I was playing more, because everybody was playing
I feel like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Brett Favre.
Yeah, and then I got back into TCGs when 2020. I got into Dragon Ball Super, made money off of that. Went to Yu-Gi-Oh. Too expensive and too stupid.
Right.
Yeah, and then Vanguard, literally in beginning of 2021, I think.
Oh, so right at the start of Overdress, basically.
Yes, right as 2 months before Overdress started.
Okay.
Yes.
I got started with the anime when it came out in 2011. It all started at like a family friend party. I was like, oh, this looks cool. And like at that age, I think I was like, what's this, 9?
You're
11
you're
years.
one.
But I
Okay,
was
you're 1
like-
year older than me. You're
I was
11.
like 9.
Probably.
I was like 9 or
Sure?
10 at the time, I think.
How old
Yeah,
was that?
2011,
Fourth
right?
grade.
Oh, dear
2011. So
God.
that means no. You're 20. I was 8 then. Damn.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
like not. I was either 9 or 10.
All right. Stop saying your ages. I'm feeling really old. Because
so,
like, okay, I was 21 when the game came out. Just about to turn 22. So you guys were, God, you guys were literal kids. Oh my God.
We were stupid. We didn't play with that.
Oh,
We didn't play with sleeves.
Only
So,
middle
yeah,
school.
Well,
I
that's a
mean,
that's a progressive thing for card game players. You don't play
Yeah,
with
for
sleeves
sure,
at
yeah.
first. You think, oh wow, the more scratches on it, the more honor I have, or whatever.
God, the battle scars, the war
battle
war
scars.
medals.
Yeah. So yeah, with the anime, started with that. Thought it was pretty cool, and didn't. Again, like in Michigan, just at that time, we like, what the hell is Card Fight Vanguard? And it's just like, the first trial deck I saw was the Garmor trial deck in a Walmart, and I was like, you know, it's my time. I pick it up, I play with it by myself because no one else could play around me, essentially.
This is a Yu-Gi-Oh.
So I was just card fighting in my head,
Right,
Like-
right. I feel
like
that. I feel that.
like a good
Like,
boy. So
Like when Vanguard, I remember specifically, it was in March of 2011. I remember hearing about it like all over like the old school YouTube, and there's this character with blue hair, and it's like, oh, card fight. This looks kind of dumb. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds was starting to get to like its last few episodes. Zale was supposed to come out really soon, and you know I didn't really hear much about it. Fast forward a couple of months, and I was so I was really into like Tech Genius, like TGs, and so I was googling you a Tech Genius Blade Blaster,
Oh god.
and with how
What are you gonna
Google
do?
works, it's like Blade Blaster, Blaster Blade. I found this chibi art of a Blaster Blade, and I'm like, whoa, that looks like Mega Man X. Let's go. Because like I was also like first actually playing the games too, just like I don't know nothing else to do, whatever. And so I looked it up, looked into it, and I'm like, there's a show, I'm watching it. So I binged like 35 episodes, all the way till I got up to current. The current episode that I had caught up to was when they introduced Blaster Dark, and that hype moment. Oh man.
You
So
became edgy that day.
I was just, well, you know, I wasn't really like thinking, oh yeah, super edgy. No, I just was like, whoa, there's a Blaster Dark? Whoa, where have I seen this
yeah,
concept
that's right.
before?
That was my exact reaction.
So ever since, I've been hooked ever since. And so I was in a very heavy Yu-Gi-Oh community, and as soon as I was able to get like decks and stuff, because like the area I was in just did not have Vanguard at all, so I had to go to, I had to take a bus because I didn't know how to drive back then, despite being, you know, 20.
I don't have a driver's license now. I'm 19.
Well, that's okay. I didn't start driving until I was 25, so it's all good.
God damn.
It-
In California also.
yeah, no, I'm in California as well. Like I was an hour away from the event, so I was just like, whatever, just drive back after Denny's. So I had to like bring Vanguard to them, while also trying at the same time to like, hey, play this, because I'm playing Jump Doppel and everyone's playing Z-bait wind-ups and you know, all this other stuff, and I'm like, hey, none of this fits my style. Hey, do you guys want to play another game? No.
Yeah, I think it was also a perfect storm because a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh players are getting sick. Remember Dad format? Teledad?
I remember Teledad
So
vividly.
So the statistics actually, Yu-Gi-Oh lost about 40% of their player base the day that Vanguard launched. They lost 40% of their player base because regionals numbers just dropped by like 200 people,
Wow.
like almost 200 people, just because Vanguard launched. That's how bad Yu-Gi-Oh was in the state at that time.
And that was before Dragon Rulers too.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. So like I'm just trying to get people into Vanguard, and I got a few people. I got my best friend Tim into it maybe about a year or so later, and because he was just like, yeah, I don't know if I want to play another card game, you know. Yu-Gi-Oh keeps screwing me over, and it's like, dude, just play it. Just play it. Okay. I remember the very first Vanguard regional here in California. That was, here I am with my Vanguard boomerness. I remember back in my day, we had
everything was
voice actors. We had voice actors at the very first regional, and the voice actress for Misaki almost quoted Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think I barely remember that.
Like, I don't remember what the speech was, but she almost wanted to say, believe in the heart of the cards, and she stopped herself amid saying, "Oh, just believe in your cards." The voice actor for Ren was there too, so he was really cool. Like the whole Vanguard has brought so many different people together, and I think it's brought out a lot of good in people as well.
Yeah, like at the event, Springfest, like even at, the whole day, everybody was joking, everybody was laughing, everybody had fun. We all shook each other's hand, fist bumped. After like certain rounds, even though the opponent takes an L, we bust out our trade minds like, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. Even in Top Cut, it felt the same. Everybody was just joking around, happy. The Luard player sat across from me, was literally about to die and go to sleep. We were all watching the final deciding match between Nick and that Dungaree player, and everyone was just screaming when he survived Ultima.
Yeah. And I think there's that sense of camaraderie now that we're back to physical.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because we were gone for so long, everyone's just grateful to be back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also the people that actually came during the pandemics, like we actually get to play with each other.
Yeah.
At a major event, like our junior team, Olive, Alejandro, and Jake, they were just, I sucked them into Vanguard from Yu-Gi-Oh! I was like, they couldn't afford it. I was like, oh, this is way cheaper. Play it. And they had just an extreme amount of fun, just laughter from just spewing out their eyeballs at that point.
Yeah, one of them was using my very high rarity version of cats.
Yeah, honestly, we should have forced them their team name Team Rental, because every one of their decks they just borrowed straight from one of us.
Team Rent a Deck.
Yes.
I like that. I like that a lot. So okay. So you guys grew up into Vanguard.
Yeah.
Not for me at least. I'm the outlier.
Okay. Well, most of you grew up with Vanguard. So as an adult, you know, it's like, okay, I experienced my early 20s playing Vanguard. Yo, thanks for the follow. Like again, Vanguard has so much meaning to me. Like I said, I'm gonna ramble about my boomer days here for a moment. The audience has heard this several times before, but now there's new people, so I can do it again. So like I had just started college when I got my first trial deck. I actually ordered a Blaster Blade specifically to go alongside the deck, because, you know, back then trial decks were trash.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows how much progression the game has gotten. You know, if you look back at the original trial decks compared to the start decks we have now, it's just like, yo, easy, clean.
It's literally in my hand, so I'm like, what's the deck list? What's that deck list back there?
Like, you only got like one Blaster Blade and only one
that
dance,
was so
like
weird.
no PGs.
Yes.
So like back in the day, PGs were like $20-$30. It was ridiculous.
Everybody opened booster box instead of buying PGs.
Exactly. Like, and then it got into May or around March or whatever. I was still kind of playing. Like I had my cards, but I wasn't like really playing because I didn't have anybody else. I had met my now wife while on the way to go buy cards in another town. And then she took me over to the card shop that I had gone to get Vanguard stuff. And by this point, it was when Breaker of Limits came out. And I had gone to the shop. I was like, oh, I want to get this starter deck. And maybe this or whatever. And the shop guy's like, hey, here's a free pack. And I pulled a Halo Shield Mark. And I'm like, okay, I'm sticking with this.
That sounds very familiar. Oh no.
The next flashback.
Like at the time, I'm like, if I pull a PG for anything, I'm gonna do it, and it just coincidentally was Mark. So I'm like, okay, I'm sticking with golds. We're going gold. Let's go. So over time, I'd trade in cards to get cards. I bought an Ezel specifically from the shop. I think I pulled one. One was gifted, and the fourth one I got as a Christmas gift. So I just kind of cemented it from there. Um, I just loved it. Like I loved it from the very start. I mean, clearly.
For my clan origin, why I went with Dimension Police. Everybody knows, or at least close friends, like I'm just a big sci-fi nerd. I rather have robos over titties.
You know what? I can
You
respect
gotta go.
that. I can respect that. I can.
Yes.
Like did you did you watch
uh,
Power Rangers a lot growing up or mecha anime?
Okay, so for me it was Ultraman.
Ultraman.
Yeah,
All right.
Ultraman, Kamen Rider.
All right.
Grew up with Iron Man as my favorite superhero all time.
Makes sense. All right. All right.
Transformers. Yeah, just everything was sci-fi.
Gotcha. Sci-fi, anything metallic, robot-like.
Yeah, so
And
pillars.
Ultraman and
Yeah.
Kamen Rider being Tokusatsu, that sort of
Yes,
hero
yes.
hero things.
Yeah, 3 pillars: Ultraman, Iron Man, and Ben 10. That's the 3 pillars of my childhood.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Childhood at the age of 19.
No, dude, I'm at the age. I'm an adult now, so I can say childhood without being cringe.
Yeah, you can. It's all good. But
Get a
when
license
okay,
and
so
I'll
so
make it
like you can
official.
like at 19, you can talk about your childhood, but when you start talking about your teen years while you're still in your teens, that's a little like, man, back in my teen years. What you mean 2 months ago? Oh man. So where do you hope to see the future of the game go?
For me, I hope there's more community. I feel like their advertisement for Overdress was amazing, but they dropped the ball after that. I feel like we should have more advertisement in mainstream media and maybe do some publicity stuff or something like that. And I hope just more player base, because everybody's here is amazing. I love that. I just want to see more shops carry Vanguard. I want to see more commitment out of the players, because around here in California, Monterey Park area, Port TCG did pick up Vanguard for Overdress. They immediately dropped it. Turn Zero, they dropped it. Everything around me dropped. The closest locals I have is Darkside Games in Huntington, which is still a 25-minute drive. Or I go down to Collectors Legion to play Premium. That's a 40-minute drive. I hope more people can commit as hard as they could to support the game that I love.
Same here.
I feel that. Yeah, just more exposure. Again, here in Michigan, like, I mean, you could go on the official Vanguard Shops USA website, and you could click Michigan, and if you do look up these addresses, I swear to you, all of them but Collectible Investments is either shut down or have just been unoperational. So, to say the least, the site hasn't been updated, or there haven't been a lot of, shops popping up that are, taking in Card Fight. It's I want to do my best and to get at least the state of Michigan to get engaged in the card game with the small community we have here. So
So wait, okay, so you're from Michigan. Did you fly from Michigan to play in this event, or
We literally made them fly down here.
you
Yeah.
you
I flew
literally
over to
flew
Cal.
from Michigan. Are you guys going to be going to Rosemont?
Winterfest? Wait, oh no, I can't fly. I'm 19. I'm poor.
Okay.
I'm a college student.
Oh, okay. So I used to be a college student. I know the broke college student feels.
Yes.
Okay. But are you going to be going to try to form up a team with somebody in Michigan to play in Rosemont, Illinois?
I definitely could get a group together. I would have to, set up an itinerary for it, just because it's a whole thing. Just for my trip to California alone, just getting a place to stay and a vehicle just to get by was expensive enough. But overall, I would say the experience of being at a Bushiroad event in probably one of the most competitive regions in the States was very engaging, and I loved every second of it. Like, I have no regrets from taking this trip. So, like,
Well, that's good.
it was very different from pretty much no Vanguard in Michigan to Vanguard all time every time.
All time,
like-
every day. Let's go.
Literally stuck
Yeah.
in my garage for hours.
Literally, like it'd be from I get to your house at like noon.
12,
I
yeah,
leave at
and we
like
have lunch.
10.
Yes.
Yeah, lunch and then leave at 10. Just play
Yeah.
testing in the garage. So, but yeah, this has definitely cemented my position in card fight. This is gonna be like one of the games I'll tell my kids about and probably still play as long as everyone else does. I don't see this game ever, just disappearing or just losing popularity. I think they can only go up from here.
Okay. So one more question before we end it all. What is the biggest piece of advice you could give to a brand new player right now?
Look towards your peers. That's the best thing you could do. Like, if you walk up to me, like, I remember just talking to my peers and just like budget building network. Karis, he led me through the game a lot. Val led me through the game a lot because they were experienced veterans, and that's how I became top 4 now. So look towards your peers. There's always in Vanguard, everybody's willing to help each other because we want to see the community grow. We'll be as friendly as possible, and we'll teach you the game and get you invested as fast as possible, and you'll have the smoothest ride. I have evidence, Olive, Alejandro, Jake. They all listened to all of us. We were their teachers, and they're now going 3-3 at Springfest with only 3 months or less of experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah, go. For
No,
new
go ahead.
players, I definitely stand by Will's statement. But also, in addition to that, I would just follow what you find pleasing to the eye. So let's just say you look at this assortment of cards and you're just like, oh, I like the art of this one, or I like how this looks. Just go with what you like and then just branch off from there. Just don't try and follow any sort of meta just to, you should start with diversifying yourself and then slowly building yourself up just as a player. Just don't go towards, the mainstream because, it might not be for you, and just enjoy what you like.
So diversify at first, and then once you find something you like, go with that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. Are there
about-
any questions in the chat? There's one more from you guys, but in the chat, do you guys have any questions? June, what big advice would you give to a brand new player?
So like, don't jump on the bandwagon, because like, even though like you might think that, oh, everyone playing this deck, like I want to play it, like it's not good for a new player to start with that. Like, start from the basics. Like, think about like, what do I like to play? If you played other TCG before, like what have I played in other trading card games before that can lead me to play in Vanguard? So like, think about like what you did and like do a little bit of research to figure out like what matches my old playstyle to go into a new card game, and also learn from your peers. Like, we have a guy, Olive, who's learning under me for like Bermuda Triangle.
Is that him in the chat?
Is in the chat.
He's in the chat,
It's like
okay.
you sound like us just combined together though. Your speech is basically us combined together.
Which is not bad. I mean, it's
It's not bad. That's like every
players.
that's like the most
Every new player
important
ever.
thing. Yeah, every new player ever. Look towards your peers. Get comfortable.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Any questions in the chat? We'll give the chat just a moment to ponder their questions. So if now big if. Okay, so hold on. I don't think it'll be an if of whether or not we'll have a fall event, because I'm pretty sure we will, assuming everybody does what they have to do and we keep things going the way we're going, and hopefully the world gets better at that point.
Please, Bushy. WCS.
So hopefully I'm trying to figure out how to properly word this question. Yeah, but I might break it into two. For fall regionals, assuming it's just like Team Lead but more individual base, would you guys come back?
Yeah, I'll come back for any Vanguard event that's near me. Like, I love Vanguard, but I would like to be a team base because it's more intense, honestly, and it feels more relaxed. Instead, I feel like it would dial down the toxicity for like if you get really serious in the game.
Right.
It dials it back.
I'd definitely come back. I've grown. This is a nice. It was a nice bonding moment for the past year with June and Will. So I'll definitely come back for more events, whether it's in California or anywhere in the U.S. for that matter. I love this game, and I'll pretty much go anywhere just to have time. Well, play time at least.
Mm-hmm.
June.
As I said, like I'll probably definitely come back to like the competitive scene again. Like this was my first time coming back to a competitive scene in like 8-ish years or something like that.
8 years. Wow.
Yeah.
So was another question I should have asked very early on, because I guess I'm not done with questions. Was this your very first event, or have you been to previous
not-
events?
Not for me. Like I said, I'm coming back from like my hiatus of like 8 years.
8 years. Okay.
For
So you did play in an event before, like back
Yes.
8 years ago, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, it was the first major event I played in.
This was the first one.
Yes,
Okay. Wow.
I think same for Nick.
Same for me. First major event and first really trip on my own. So it was like a big thing, big experience. It was nice. It was a nice experience overall. So like, Rob, like you and like pretty much all the teams I met, like pretty much made my day. Just again solidified my spot in the Vanguard community. I don't think I'm ever gonna steer away from this card game as long as I live. So I do appreciate like everything.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So okay, so based on the event, okay, so let me tell you guys a story real quick. So most of the time when we do these physical events, there's usually a long line of people with physical like deck list forms. And you go in with your team and you go and have fun. There's usually side events that happen.
Oh yeah.
I guess in this case it didn't happen because there wasn't enough staff, or because it's kind of like a COVID risk. But how did you feel about this event overall? Was it well managed? What are your opinion? Like, if there's anything that the event staff could do better, like what would it be? Like, give me your thoughts about like the event itself.
Honestly, I wish there's more like side events, but not actual maybe card fight, maybe like a raffle or lottery system going on. Like you get a like just more into. It doesn't just have to be card fights. It could, because there's Bushiroad has so many IPs. Like there could be a band playing like the Bang Dream songs, or just like any of that. Yeah, like it doesn't have to be card fight, because like when you're in between rounds, you have nothing to do. Maybe the band's playing, and you can just get interacting and just hype up with the crowd. Like yeah.
Okay, so it's funny you mentioned that, because the last physical event that I can remember was here in California. It was in 2019. We had an event called Kara Expo 2019. This was the second
I remember
one.
that.
So Kara Expo was basically, it was a whole huge ass expo. We had like Bushiroad had all their bands. They had Bang Dream. They had they had the Poppin' Party and the Rosalia, and all the music. They had wrestling, and they off to the side they had a tournament. So it was like you paid $10 to go into this convention, and you went to one side or the other, and in between rounds you actually could hear the band play, you could hear the concert, you could hear the wrestling go on. So I'm hoping in fall we get something like that again, assuming the world's better. So I can tell you from personal experience, that is a fun experience. That is exactly something that has happened.
Oh, so also I want Bushiroad to make it where we have to pay for the event, because it did feel really dull inside, because there's not many decorations. There's only like 3 wall thing backgrounds and like a few stands. I feel like if we pay for the event, because everybody's already going to drive down here. So I remember somebody saying they had a poll before deciding if event should be free or event should be paid. Those people that voted for free, I think those guys won't even drive out to go to event unless it's literally 10 minutes near them.
Right.
So we know everybody that goes to the event, they'll commit hard. Everybody's bringing their best A game. They're spending their money on their decks, and they're willing to cash out.
Yes.
So I feel like if please Bushi, paid events back so we can get better pricing and better quality at the events.
I agree with that. Like, I don't mind paying $10-$20 for an entry fee to ensure that, you know, hey, not just the event looks good, but, you know, maybe the entry prices are good too.
Yeah.
I mean, they usually give out these deck boxes for sure. In the past, they've given out like the cardboard folding like deck holder boxes. Those are really cool.
Like better.
If you want to know a secret, if you ever go to an event where they have to check your bag for food or whatever, like you can't bring an outside drink for educational purposes, you can put in, like, you grab one of those cardboard boxes, like those Bushiroad boxes, put in an energy drink and some snack bars, put it at the bottom of your bag. When they check your bag, they'll see, oh, it's a cardboard box, or it's one of those card game boxes. You're here playing card games. Whatever, go on through. And while you're playing round 5, round 6, wherever you're at, and you need that quick energy boost, there you go. But this is for educational purposes only.
Yeah, I needed this lesson 3 days ago.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude, we stopped at 7 in the morning. This man, first day, no sleep. 2 Monster Energies, Krispy Kreme donuts. This man was just, he looked like so upset. He looked so tired.
I was done.
Yeah, dude, he looked so upset and tired. He looks like he was about to go across the table and just like start shaking down the player. Why did you double crit me?
I also recommend, like, if you guys have a hard time sleeping, just little like sleeping aids like melatonin.
Yeah, melatonin gummies. I literally told him, like, hey, before melatonin gummies, I ate like 3 melatonin gummies literally the day before.
I actually forgot to bring mine with me, so like the night before V Premium, I only got like less than 4 hours of sleep. But I'm just like, okay, pure adrenaline, let's go. But afterwards, I'm just like, hey, sweetie, I'm gonna DoorDash some melatonin and some dinner. Is that cool? Yeah, go for it. Okay, got the melatonin, went to sleep. I got like 6-7 hours. I'm like, yes, let's go.
I feel like a god now.
Yeah, I was pretty much running through the event with caffeine and adrenaline, a bunch of anxiety, and like right when Will told me, oh yeah, that was our last round, I literally walked out to the car, rolled down the window, and passed out.
Bro, 3 o'clock, we left him in the car for about 2 hours just cooking there because we had to go back in and wait for the D format to finish because their team was doing pretty decent for the time.
Right.
So he was in the car. There was a bunch of donuts in the car and just food. And it smelled like an oven, like Thanksgiving oven.
Ooh.
Also because I was just vending as well in there.
Oh, yeah, he was also vending.
Oh, all right. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. But be careful about sitting in those cars, especially here in California. I mean,
Yes.
That's not good. That's not good. Someone might bust your windows thinking, oh no, someone's in trouble.
But for Spring Fest, like, there's 2 things that like I would change.
Okay.
Like, I would like want to suggest Bushro to change. Number 1, more Vanguard vendors with like singles.
Yeah, I know. That was an issue too. I noticed. Like we had the 2 vendors, but it was like sleeves and product. And, they had White Schwartz singles, and it's like, why?
They should have honestly invited Collectors Legion instead of okay, not Disney Project CCG. It's not because you don't have Vanguard events, and then you're still stocking Vanguard for some reason. They should have invited actual vendors that actually have stock. Like KTCG was there that day, but they were actually playing. But they should have invited vendors that actually have singles instead and more cater towards your audience.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the policy is. I'm not sure how shops get invited, but that is something to keep in mind for sure. I'll make sure to pass that along through the proper channels for whatever
proper channels.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, go ahead, Saya.
No, go for it.
So out of the 3 vendors that we had from, what was it, Core TCG, what
Project
else?
CCG,
Project CCG,
Dark Side Games, and then the
pop-up
shop.
So I felt like, personally, when I was browsing through the sections, it was very Weiss.
Yes.
Nothing really Vanguard.
Not
so
one.
when me and Will were just walking around, we were like, oh, let me see if I could buy a box for Card Fight. We look at the booths, they have these like old sets from like first year of V series.
Yeah.
And like sneak peeks from what was the set, Will?
Set 4. Awakening Chicken Party.
And it was just like
it was blisters.
There was Pretty much, and then the sleeves that they were selling at pop-up were standard size,
Yeah, not
and
Vanguard.
and the only mini sleeves that were there are
Were
ones that
We're agreed
people
on.
don't.
They were
Yeah,
agreed on.
And, like, as a gold paladin player, am I gonna buy agreed on sleeves? Tell me, yes or no.
Yeah, no, no, absolutely not. Unless you play the proper mind game.
Oh
pretty-
my god.
Oh my god, mind games at the event were crazy.
Dude, I literally was Stargate Clan sleeve for my quick shield. Imaginary Force markers, which is Imaginary Force markers. Reverse Dayusha on my stride zone, Dayusha on my main deck. I should have just played like Nova Graph or something that day just to fuck with them.
I had a friend, her name's Ashley. This was back in 2016, like still at the early start of G. So what she did was she played, no, it was actually 2017 at Grand Festival. She was playing Silverthorns, but she brought a Jaime Thavas playmat, Thavas sleeves, Jaime sleeves for the strides, and just made it appear as Aquaforce as possible. And then as soon as the Vanguard stood, it's like, oh, this is not Aquaforce.
Am I high? Is this a fever dream?
So if you want to do the mind game, that is one direction to go.
Oh, the other direction we took, the matching playmats.
The playmat, the playmats were a good idea. Is the sign still there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they definitely stuck.
They stuck. Okay, good. Because like I'm looking back to the pictures of it, and I'm like, why did I capitalize the L? Like I told you guys, I'm not used to signing things as.
You're just trying to give us a fat L after that one.
Subconsciously, I'm just like L. Just L.
With mind
me.
games, Will had this one game. It was against actually DP, but the players screamed Bermuda. We're talking playmat, sleeves. We're talking like a light teal blue
let's
watch.
go.
And then
What was he
Will
playing?
stood at Vanguard. Will saw it was DP. This man went nuts, ballistic, man of culture type beat.
Man of
Dude,
culture.
I was like, bro, this man's repping for me.
Honestly,
Oh,
in
man.
the last round of V Premium, like, it was literally like, the match was, it didn't matter about the match, it was just like, who would win, like D4 DJ or Photon Maiden, because I was facing against the player that had the Photon Maiden Noah Matt.
Oh, dude, speaking of the mind games, you know how I cut the deck, Nick? So I cut the deck in half, and I pull some random cards and put it at the top. When the Gurgit player drive checked two of the other Gurgits after doing that, he looked at me and was like so confused, like, you checked the bottom of my cards. And he, nope, I didn't. I know how to fuck with people. It's like,
Oh,
this is
man.
not going to be triggers.
Oh man.
Anyways, going into the second thing that I would want Bushi to change, add like a time for lunch.
You know
Oh, yeah,
what?
please, lunchtime. Bro,
Yeah.
we were all faded. Like,
Intermission was like 10 minutes. Like
Yeah.
we had to like. Only time we got food was the little vendor outside. We got like a pretzel and barely had like time to
Like the-
we
yeah,
had to
like the
really-
eight
we
mi-
beat
like
our
the
opponents
$8
pretty
hot dog or sandwich at the cafe.
oh my god, yeah, $6
Yeah.
for the shitty little corn dog.
Okay, I didn't eat anything then during the event.
Yeah, because we kind of left you behind because you were vending the whole time.
Yeah,
I
I
had
mean like,
nothing to eat.
and with the whole in and out privilege, and like no food allowed, and you're playing for 8 hours out of your day.
Yeah.
For an event like this.
like the
When
the,
you're mi-
the rule was you couldn't eat or drink in the play area.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could have gone into that lobby, sat down
Yeah,
at
we
one of
did.
the chairs and just ate, or walked all the way to the cafe. But like, who wants to walk all the way over there?
Yeah, nobody.
You know,
Yeah, but
it's one of those moments where you know what? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go into the bathroom. I'm gonna eat the sandwich. I'm not
Oh, you
ashamed.
know what they should have done?
I do what you gotta do.
They should have cut the free play area in half and just had the corner because it's already back there with the water fountain and also the bathroom.
Yeah,
Might as
you're
well
right,
make it
like-
the contaminated section.
Yeah, like there was supposed to be like a section where you could, but
Yeah,
I guess
the
they were
market-
like,
yeah,
I
they
guess
put
they
it
were
at
just
the
like,
market
oh
closed.
well, if you go to the lobby, it's fine. But it's like there should have been, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I mean, you could also argue the fact it depends on the venue that's available at the time.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
as of right now, Bushi just probably was just like, oh shit, Ontario Convention Center is like the only one open. I guess we'll just
I
hold
don't
the
think
event
it's
there.
I don't think it's a
Or-
matter of whatever one was open. I think they were considering how much space was needed.
Okay.
Because honestly, like the way the tables were, they were really well spaced out. I was really happy about that. Because like beforehand, it was just like we were like sardines. Like you sit the wrong way, you're rubbing legs with the person next to you, and they're just as sweaty as you are, or hopefully not as sweaty.
Oh, that's why I posted.
no,
I posted the
sweaty.
Axe body spray on Vanguardians like the day before. Hey, don't forget.
Oh, absolutely. Like me and my friends were joking about that, and we're like, yeah, we're Vanguard players. We do better than that. We make sure that we're clean, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh players, and it's just like,
Oh wow. Oh, they can afford. They
Players are
can
like-
afford Axe.
well,
Dude, it's because the $1,000 decks they have to build for base rarity just to compete. So they
base
can't afford
rarity,
Axe.
and that was another reason why I quit Yu-Gi-Oh, because it's like, no, $1,000 for base, no, f that, hell
Yeah,
no.
my scent is still on pretty much around.
Oh
Lowest
my
house.
god, dude, this man put cologne on that was like, it was just Axe body spray, except it lasted longer. He sat down on my chair the next day morning. I was like, I still smell neck.
Mind you, I was on the chair for like 5 minutes.
He was on the chair for literally 5 minutes, and it smelled like Nick till the next day.
Oof. Oh man, leave that for the hotel, or no, you guys didn't get a hotel, right?
No, he got a hotel. I had. Oh, also another funny story. I live 40 minutes away from here, and they got a hotel room that was 5 minutes away. I showed up. They showed up half an hour late
Two.
compared to me. Half an hour late compared to me.
Wow.
Whoops.
Jet
lag.
I can't. Well, okay, the jet lag's still completely
jet lag.
understandable, but, whew. Yeah, if you guys are able to get a hotel next to the venue or even near the venue, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it was about. Yeah, it was about 2-minute drive away from
Three-
venue.
three
Sorry,
minutes,
Will.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I hated
Like
that.
like the hotel that me and my team stayed at was literally a 5-minute walk.
That's good. Yeah.
So we didn't
We
have to.
stayed
we
at
didn't.
Ontario Airport. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that was across the street. I think that was across the street. I remember
No,
air,
it
airplanes
was
were.
Near
it
it,
was
in
a
and
bit of
out.
it, yeah.
But we were like at the Azure Suites, and like we parked there, and we walked over, because no, I don't want to pay $10 a day for
$10.
parking. No.
Yeah.
So definitely, I would recommend it if you guys do fly out to. If you fly out to California again, and you guys are going to play for the whole weekend, absolutely, I recommend a hotel near or very very close to the event.
For sure.
And also just eat in and out. It's the cheap. It's cheap. It's cheap.
It
and
is.
It's good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is cheap. It is. Well,
Give me some
well,
now
hold
already.
on. Okay, I mean, yes, it is. Okay, it's cheap and good,
Yes, it's cheap and good.
as opposed to like McDonald's or Burger King.
It's a little bit cheaper, but the quality's nowhere near.
Exactly. So you might be spending just a little bit more, but you're spending a little more for that quality,
Yes, get that little energy in.
that little energy. All right. I think that the chat's gone to sleep.
All right.
Which is all good. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm so glad. Congratulations to you guys for making 4th place. And,
Thank you.
and thank you for allowing me to like interview you guys, talk to you guys, show off the deck list, and pick your brains a little bit.
Alright, I also put like my deck profile on YouTube.
I
along with,
saw
like,
that.
My match record, my like match history. If you want to check it out, go check out Team Overtrigger on YouTube. That's where I usually post like my deck recipes and whatnot.
Right. I saw it earlier. I'm like, okay, I like it. I do have one tip, because I watched it, but I'm like, okay, I have one piece of advice to give you. From where you have your recording set up, I recommend flipping your cards to where they're facing the monitor.
Okay.
So like they're away from you, so that way like people who are watching it, they're like, oh, okay, it's this card, rather than like, oh, like the person playing in front of you, how it's naturally upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, for me, I have that. I figured that out very early, and also I just put down the deck list of everybody just in the description because I go the extra miles. Because I hate it when nobody does, like when you play cards and you watch like some person's videos, like, what the fuck is that? What am I reading?
Yeah, no, yeah. So that's just kind of my tip. Like, I mean, I can't really speak much because, I recently just started doing like this kind of content. I don't do deck profiles as much. I don't do gameplay. I just like this discussion, talking.
Yeah.
Something that's listenable, although we're almost at the 2-hour mark, but you know,
Yeah.
it's listenable. It's something you can put on the background. You could play your Elden Ring and whatnot, your Kirby.
Of course.
I need to play Kirby, but I'm broke now because I'm
Yeah.
building Narukami.
You're building ours. Let's go.
Dude, after that Dungry player went 9-0, all of us decided we're building a different variation of Narukami.
Shout out
Nick's
to
building
Gabe
Dung-
Serrano going 9-0.
Yeah,
That
Gabe,
day.
dude, you're the
Gabe.
man. Nick
You're the
is
man,
building
Gabe.
Dungry. I'm building Eradicators. June is probably going to build Vanquisher.
Do it.
Considering it.
Do it. Like my best friend is like a Narukami like diehard, so I'm willing to bet he would love to see what you guys have come up with.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Hey, Rob,
again-
I mean, yeah, go ahead. I got Rob. I mean, like I could, like us as a team, we do appreciate the opportunity for like you reaching out, you know, for the whole interview. It was like a great experience. We're all geeked out about it. I had no idea who you were at first until I was like, oh shit, he's like a name. He's like a name on Facebook. Holy shit, Vanguardians. But like other than that, like our team is very. We do appreciate the opportunity for this like interview. It's a good experience for us. And
You know,
help
it's
us grow as
also
players.
it's a good experience for me too because I actually have not interviewed players before, so you guys are actually my first team to interview.
Okay.
So this is a first for everybody. Everyone's cherry is popped. Let's go. But this was definitely a lot of fun. Again, congratulations to you guys making it to top 4. You guys did really well. Very unique deck list, unique team name, unique personalities, and I wish nothing but the best for you guys.
Thank you.
Except a really good rematch where I do have the PG in hand.
Don't worry, that PG's not going to mean anything on second stride though.
We'll see. All
Yeah,
right.
definitely come into the Vanguard chat. We're always available.
Yeah,
so
we're
if you
always
wanna
sitting
play
there
test
just being
or just,
idiots. It's either
yep.
Fortnite or Vanguard. There's no in between.
There's no in between. Definitely. I'll definitely need to reset up my remote fight setup and then get some practice games in with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. We'd enjoy that.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you, the audience, for asking all the questions. Thank you to all the followers who followed. This has been a very eventful weekend and a very eventful Tuesday.
Oh, can I say something?
Please,
inspirational for
if you
new
guys have
players?
any last minute thoughts or anything
Yes.
to say, please.
No, this is for every new player. So you guys have I'm telling you something. So a lot of people came during the pandemic. Everybody's very new here. You can get top 4 or you can get top cut at regionals. Just believe in yourself. Me and Nick are literally the stupidest people on earth. I play dumb bash brain deck. He started in October of 2021. So we have less than around 6 to 8 months less of 8 or 6 months less experience. Like, we are very new and we got top 4 at our first event. Anybody can do this. Just commit a little bit, learn your matchups. Anybody can win. This is Vanguard. You don't have to sweat your ass off like Yu-Gi-Oh. Anybody can win. You can be a future champion. Just put a little time into it and you got this.
Yeah, that's it.
Anybody else?
I think we're good.
Think you're good? All right. So I do have one little bit of advice. Oh, sweet. Thanks for the follow. So I do have one bit of advice, a little senpai wisdom to bestow upon you guys. So you guys topped. You guys made top 4. This is your very first event. Very successful. But do not let this go to your head.
I
Oh,
kinda
that's
figured
late.
that out
That's a little late. June's going crazy.
Kind of figured that out.
it's good to celebrate. It's good to be proud of your accomplishment because this is an accomplishment. This is your first event. This is the first event back. There's a lot to be proud of. But in the long run, when you're preparing for the next event, just because you topped 4 here isn't guaranteed to win the next one.
No, I'm at least ready. I know Seiya's ready for this because literally today I was talking to my friend that was preparing to go. I think the Illinois or New Jersey Spring Fest. I was sharing my knowledge. I was like, "This is what you want to know. This is what you want to do." I was like, even in my mind, I was just rewinding everything. I was like, I should have prepared for Narukami. I didn't know about it. I
Yeah.
should have done this. I should have done that, and I still will improve myself as a player.
Right.
By buying more shiny cardboard.
There's always that due diligence you guys have to do. But so something that I've been saying to myself for a long time is to just be humble.
Mhm.
You know, as long as you're humble about this, you don't let it go to your head. I mean, yeah, let it inflate your ego just a little bit, just a bit. But just know that your next fight, your next event may not even be guaranteed to be, you know, because you don't know how the meta is going to shift in premium, because we're going to have, I think, maybe 2 or 3 overdress sets to come out, along with some side sets, along with lyrical 2, Electric Boogaloo,
Clan Section 5, 6.
Clan Collection 5, 6, possibly 5 and 6 at the end of the year for sure, or near the end of the year, as well as the new premium series stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly a Revival Selection Volume 2.
I hope.
Possibly.
Please, God.
I'm hoping so too. So just keep in mind that premium itself will most likely change. So as long as you guys keep a humble mind about it, I think you guys can go far.
Yeah, we were talking also about the ban list. Like when I was talking about Nick, was like, you want to select your next deck, because he, like, even though he liked Ezel, he's like, I want to play something else also that's really good.
Yeah, no.
So we were thinking about ban lists. Like, we know it's going to change. We know what's going to come up ahead.
Right. It's always good to just be prepared and just think a couple steps ahead in terms of a ban list. You never know. I mean, I think the things that have a target on their back are Guilty Gridora, Nightmare Doll Jenny, Stunverse, somewhere along those lines. Maybe something from Grand Blue. Maybe, not sure.
Yeah.
But as long as you guys are humble about it, you guys have a very, very bright future ahead of you.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to the whole humble part. It was our hopes coming into the event was like getting into the top 8, and we ended up coming in 7th. And then when we found out we're playing for top 4, I just had to take a step back from all the commotion and all the excitement just to breathe.
Right.
So it's just like, I told myself at the end of the day, win or lose, I just have to try my hardest as a player. That's how I wanted to go. That's how I want to go into every event I go to, whether it's Vanguard or something else. Just know that I put my best out there, win or lose. So that's my little spiel on.
Good words. Good words.
Oh, for me, when going to top 8, I came into top 8 with a rage because I got OT'd on the 6th round. I was literally ready to kill my next opponent. That's how salty it was.
Oh, let me tell you about before we end. Let me tell you about some salt too. I actually played another Dyliner deck later in the day, and they had gone. They had Geomaglass, Dizaris, and Dial Sludge column, and so the Dizaris attacks. I guard it, fine. Skill into Soul, extra drive check, attack with Geomaglass. They do 3 drive checks. And at this point, I knew I messed up, because instinctively, I'm just like, wait, you have quad drive. So I'm like, don't say it. Hey, don't you have quad drive? Oh yeah, I do. Over trigger. And I'm like, okay, 4 damage. Okay, fine. And then I realized the other column is 100 mil with 2 crit and no PG.
No, it would be 200 mil.
Well,
even if you hit it.
Yeah, 200 mil. Regardless, I didn't have a PG. So It was at that moment I knew I fucked up. So I completely understand the salt feel. But again, thank you guys so much for joining. Hopefully in the fall, you guys do well. You guys top again. And we can have another fun chat like this one more time.
Down. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna mute you guys real quick, and then we'll jump back into the call. So I'm gonna mute you right now. If you guys want to say bye or shout out anybody, go ahead and do that right now.
I'm a free agent. Somebody take me.
All right, I that'll do. All right, I'm gonna mute you guys real quick, and I'll be right back with you. But thank you everybody who joined in. Thank you everybody in the stream. Thank you for all the followers. Remember, stay humble, stay safe. Please wear your face mask, and please, if you're able to, go get vaccinated. The more people who wear their mask, get vaccinated, the sooner we can go back to full regionals mode with no restrictions and just go ham. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Y'all have a good night. Peace.